Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'll be reviewing this. This is Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Golden Disc Collection Pterosaur, and here he is in package as part of the Golden Disc. There are 4 in this collection, so all 4 of them connect together to form one large image of the Golden Disc. And here is the back of the box. You can see Terrorsaur in robot mode and in dinosaur mode, transforms in 22 steps. Now, my copy is from Hong Kong, as you can see here. I got this from the Chosen Prime, which imported them. In the US, this is an Amazon.com exclusive though, so I believe it's not scheduled to be released until March of next year, which is kind of a long time, and I've been really looking forward to getting Terrorsaur, so decided to pick him up from the Chosen Prime. Okay, let's get Terrorsaur out of the box. Here is Terrorsaur out of the package. He comes with his instruction sheet. These 2 claws, these attached to the side of his arms, and they are molded in red but painted silver. A golden disc. Now, this golden disc is exactly like one of the golden discs that comes with the Ark, and it is this one here, except this is molded in a darker gold, as you can see here. Hopefully you'll catch on camera. He comes with his weapon, which is molded in red but painted this gunmetal. Now, the tip of the weapon doesn't seem to be Blast Effects compatible. Let me check on that, because it's not that standard circular shape. Yeah, this is not Blast Effects compatible. A little bit of a missed opportunity there. And Pterosaur himself, which comes packaged in Dyno Mode. I think the last figure to be packaged in its alt mode was Rodimus Prime, so I was kind of surprised to see Pterosaur in its alt mode in the package. Let's attach the claws, which goes into these 5mm ports, which eventually become his arms. And let's do the other side here. There you go. Because Terrorsaur comes packaged in his alternate mode, we're going to take a look at his Dyno Mode first. And it looks pretty good, especially from the top. Now, I'm going to show you one thing here, and I did swap it out. Mine was actually misassembled. When I got it out of the package, this piece was actually assembled incorrectly, where it should be like this. So, easy fix, just pop it out and flip it over and pop it back in. And there you go. Yeah, so a little QC issue with my copy. Not sure if it's going to be like that for your copy, but fortunately, it is an easy fix. Now, from the top, the Dyno Mode looks really nice. Would have been nice if there were some paint apps or gradations on the wings, but you do get some paint apps here on the back. The head sculpt of the Dyno Mode is very nice. Very nice touch to have the teeth painted, and you can open it up. Very cool. I like how they painted the eyes. You do have some articulation here with the head, and it can rotate back and forth. Actually, it can rotate all the way. And the head can actually look up and down like so. So a little bit of articulation on the head there. Because Terrorsaur is based on Aerorazor's design, it does have a lot of articulation on the wings. You can see you can lift it up at this point, and here as well, and bend down at this joint as well. You can spread the wings in and out, but this actually pops off way too easy. Now, it's not just going to fall off, but when handling it, it can be easily popped off, which is a little annoying. Wish there was a little bit more tightness there. Now, looking at the bottom of the Dyno Mode, you can see all the robot parts, which is very difficult to avoid when you have transforming beasts. So I'm willing to let that go, but you can see what really becomes the robot from the bottom. All in all, though, a very nice beast mode. Very articulated, which is cool. Like, you can put his wings like this and have him stand up like a bird. I mean, pretty much what Aerazor can do. So I think it's a pretty smart move to base Pterosaur on the Airazor mold, so really works well. You can also attach his weapon here, and if you wanted to, you could also attach his weapon here. And for some size comparisons in beast mode, here is Terrorsaur next to Kingdom Airazor, Kingdom Tigatron, and Studio Series Jazz. Okay, let's get Terrorsaur transformed into his robot mode. Here is Terrorsaur in robot mode. Let's take a closer look at him here. Very cool looking head sculpt. Nice detail on him. Now for a retool or a re-edit of the Airazor mold, he is different enough that you don't really see Airazor in him in robot mode. I mean, now you do have the similar arms and lower legs, and of course the structure itself, but there's a lot of changes done to him that makes him really his own, in my opinion. Now, speaking of Airazor, let's bring her side by side here. You can see, even though he is based on Airazor, he is taller than Airazor by just a bit. I think the differences come from the thighs, as his thighs are different than Airazor's. As you can see, a lot bigger, probably slightly longer. Now the lower part of the legs are exactly like Airazor's, as you can see from the surface detail, except for the toes. And the arms, again, the lower part exactly the same, but the upper part is where you see the differences there. Pterosaur's is, I guess, slightly bigger, but I don't know. I think it works. It looks very good. Terrorsaur looks very sleek, yet does have a lot of similarities to Airazor. Now, earlier I had an issue with this part of the wing coming off easily. It is basically the same design as Airazor's, but for some reason Airazor's is a lot more solid. So it's probably due to my copy. Maybe I'll heat it up to see if I can fix it, or I don't know, maybe apply some nail polish to thicken it so it's not so loose. And both figures from the side, Terrorsaur is slightly taller, or seems to be, at least from this part of the body, it is slightly taller than Airazor. And from the back, let's extend the wings so kind of compare them too. Overall, very pleased so far with Terrorsaur. I hope we're getting a Beast Wars laser beak out of this mold, because that would look very cool. Now, the paint apps on Terrorsaur are pretty nice. There are some issues I have. You can see here a little underspray in this area, but it's not as clean as this leg. It does have a very cool Predacon symbol on his arm. But other than that, I think it's nicely painted. Would have been nice if there was some paint apps on the toes. In terms of paint apps, it's not too plain, but I think it could use a little bit more. I think just having some gradient on the wings would make a very big difference for me. Now, the weapon does have storage in robot mode as well, and it's kind of cool that you can sort of simulate some kind of holster for him by plugging it on the side of his leg. And of course, the same slots that you could put it in beast mode apply to robot mode. So you can put it here. This other slot is a little bit more hidden, so probably just here and on the thigh. Moving on to articulation of the figure, the head is on a ball joint. He can rotate, but his chin gets in the way from giving him a full 360. If you move the wings back, the arms can rotate 360. You can lift up at the shoulder this high. You can rotate at the bicep. You can bend at the elbow this much. No wrist articulation. You can rotate at the waist 360. You can do the splits. You can kick this far up, this far back. He doesn't exactly have thigh rotation, but he does rotate at the knee area. You can bend at the knee this much. Now his feet is on a ball joint, so he does have a lot of articulation there. And for some size comparisons in robot mode, here is Pterosaur next to Golden Disc Jackpot, Golden Disc Road Rager and Puffer, and Siege Megatron with some Gladiator armor. So my final thoughts on the Golden Disc Collection Terrorsaur. Overall, very pleased with the figure. I think the Air Razor mold that he's based upon really works for him. Now, I did have some QC issues with the wings, one being the assembly. It was misassembled, but that was an easy fix. The second one is with this part of the wings. While handling it, it can pop off. Now, it doesn't pop off as easily as handling those panels on the Arc, but it's not as tight as the wings on Air Razor. Now, I don't know if mine's is just a QC issue that only with my copy, but that part is a little bit of a negative for me at least. Now, as far as the paint apps, I think he does have enough. I do wish he had a little bit more. Like I said, I wish he had some gradients on the wings, kind of like Air Razor, and probably some more paint apps on different part of the robot body, but I think he has enough. The other negative for me though was the weapon. Really missed opportunity for it to not have a blast effects, but while it does have those negatives, I think overall it is a great figure. Anyway, that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Follow us on social media and check out our Discord. Links in the description below.